Fucking hell. Alright, I'm gonna start all over again. Hey everybody, Guild Wars Buddy here. So we had a bit of a crash there in the stream, so we started over. So like I was saying, we completed 4 campaigns. We have last episode we went around and got a whole bunch of the PvE skills that we had been missing. So here we go, got a whole bunch of Norn, Sunspear, Ebon Vanguard, Deldrimor, Azurin, as well as we've managed to capture a number of heroes we've added to our cause: Raza, Zandra, Camu, and Haida, etc. So some new additions to play with while we go through the dungeons that we'll be doing in the future. For now, we're going to begin the War in Kryta. Now, I haven't decided how much of the War in Kryta I plan on doing. We'll see how nostalgic I get about it. The big thing with the War in Kryta is I never really played the War in Kryta. Like I did it, but I never really that attached to it, and so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll spark. Maybe something in me will go. You know, this is a lot of fun and I like it. But we shall see. Now, apparently, this thing starts just out here. I think when I completed Eye of the North, Thackeray started hanging out here, and this is where we started. Yeah, you. What's the name of this quest? After being away from the Eye of the North for so long, it feels good to be home. Things are, for the most part, as we left them. One thing troubled me is though Gwen secludes herself inside the hollow monuments, continually staring into the scrying pool, as if waiting for some response from beyond. Alright, so, a good deed. Yes, this is the appropriate quest. So today we did some raids. I think it went fairly well. Got 137 out of 150 Marganite, or whatever the relics are that you get in doing raids. So yeah, learning the raiding is progressing. It's progressing. Of course, if it was something that happened daily, it'd be a lot quicker. But whatever. Hello, Gwen.
How can I help?
A good deed. Did you want something, Xavier Merrick? I was kind of hoping to be alone for a while. Some part of me knows that I should be with the other members of the Vanguard celebrating our victories over the Char, but somehow all that we've won only serves to remind me of everything that I've lost. That's sad, isn't it? That I feel that way, maybe it doesn't make any sense, but you know how it is. Well, okay, so she's sad. It's understandable. I mean, when you think about it, Gwen is one of those characters that, because I never really played through Prophecies much, I didn't have a connection to Gwen as the little girl that runs around, you know, in pre-Searing Ascalon. So when they brought her back here, you know, she becomes really the character that survived all this stuff. You know, so survived the death of her family and the going to fight in the north. All right. Leader of the Ebon Vanguard, blah, 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 me too. Okay. I see, I understand how she feels. We need to make her understand that she's not alone, that the Ebon Vanguard is her family as well. I have an idea. Special kind of gift. Sent to you. Okay, so, where are we going? Olafstead. Let's go to Olafstead. Alright, what are you going to make me, buddy? Creating a piece of armor is nothing. Crafting something that will stand against time and combat is a true mastery. That one lived among us for a time. He has Norn's courage and cunning, even if he has human blood. I am Valgar, shaper of fire magic and steel. Requires one of the magical pendants and wishes to Nimbling on it. The metal crafting. Okay. So you want me to go to Vereja Fells. Alright, easy enough, let's go. Put on our Norn title. Well, where are you? Slayer of Nightmares, yeah. Alright, take the family crest pendant to Leffy shapeshifter Vereja Fells. Don't take Gwen with you. Oh, god damn it. Sometimes when you don't read the text, damn it. Alright, Gwen, get out of the party. We have to get you a present. Let's replace you with... Oh man, losing a Mesmer hurts, man. Let's put in Zed, but let's swap him out from that and give him a fire build. There you go. 2 Searing Flame Ellie's, that's what we need. Need more Meteor Shower. Now you want me to go where? Oh my god, why? Why? So if those of you who watched yesterday's episode will know, me and Magical Mike went over to that exact spot to defeat the 6 ciphers in order to get the staff that we ended up using in order to beat the Bison Cup challenge. So now in this stream we've gotten the shield, the Exalted Aegis, or Aegis, or however you want to pronounce it. We've gotten the Forgotten Sword. We've gotten Deldrimor's Maul and Draknar's Flatbow, as well as Kirsch's Staff. Those are kind of the items, or the greens that are connected to this stream. Now the volume, I don't know if the volume is absolutely correct, however, I have a blockage in my right ear as of today, and I'm effectively deaf in my right ear right now. Which is beyond annoying. Oh, there's just no way around this stuff. Let's go this way. Alright, Frozen Elemental. Today I was surprised. I spoke with Flail, and he's actually watched a few of these videos. I'm not saying it's that shocking, but it's just he's probably got better things to do for his channel than watch me. It was gonna be interesting to reminisce about the Deep starting up. It's also nice to just go around with, you know, someone that I used to play a fair amount with, and do new content, you know, because having not done much raiding, they're having to teach me a lot. Steep learning curve. Some of the bosses nobody really explains, and then I'm sitting there going, "You want me to do what? What are we doing? What are we doing?" But today somebody started calling as if we were all beginners, and that really helped. Helped everybody focus. I think people tend to tune out. I think that's the biggest problem with with raids, especially if you've done it a number of times without issue. I think a lot of people, hey Nemesis, a lot of people get carried through dungeons and they don't really know what they're doing or what the whole team's doing. And they just assume that, you know, unless somebody screams at them that they're doing it wrong, then they're doing it right. And that's probably not true at all. Like, probably half of what I did today was wrong, but how am I supposed to really know? When you have somebody saying, get off the boss, everybody off the boss, everybody back on, everybody over here, everybody over there, you know you're doing it wrong if you're not following that guy's instructions. It's very clear. And if you see somebody doing the opposite of what they're supposed to be doing, well, then you know what's happening and why something's gotten harder. It's logical, but you'd be surprised how often people don't do that. Like I was saying the other day to, I was doing a number of fractals with Rob, one of our guildies, and we just did a Dragon's Maw over and over and over again because it's just a great way of raising his personal level. It's a quick fractal that almost nobody can really screw up on. We found a number of people that just wanted to, you know, prove me wrong. Who just didn't understand the mechanics, and you tell them, pick up a crystal, just pick up a crystal and hold it, crying out loud. And they couldn't even do that. Alright, Spirit Chaser. What you gonna do for me? There have been whispers in the other world, echo of footsteps. Beseech you, in the spirit of cunning truth. Yesterday Mike gave me a build for my Ellie for the Vatir farm, and I'm really curious about going back, looking at the post keg bombing builds, and see if I can't execute one of those. Alright, come on. What is this quest? Do you have Discord muted? Can't. I don't think I have Discord muted. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hey, Nemesis.
Okay, now it's working.
I hadn't seen you come into the stream channel.
It's all good.
I was just fighting tons of spirits. Luckily they're low level, like 15s and 20s. Ooh, a 24. So did you play a lot of War Crata, Nemesis?
I played everything.
Yeah, but did you play it on multiple characters?
No, I just played it on my main.
See, when people wanted oppressor weapons, they'd have to do it like on every character. A lot of people wanted these instead of destroyer weapons or tormented weapons because it was easier to get prior to the Wayfarer Reverie coming.
Well, to farm for the war supplies, I did it for multiple characters, but for like story wise, no, I just did it for my main. That's it.
How's the volume in game? Does it work?
I have the Twitch muted so you don't get double echo. Because when I hear you in Discord and then when I switch over to Twitch, it hears like 10-second delay.
Did you have any trouble logging into Twitch today? Because I was having issues with it.
No, I just came right in, but surprisingly, it didn't give me an advertisement.
Oh, I don't merit advertisements. I swear too much. Alright. So, they're happy with this. So, speak to Lieutenant Thackeray again. Welcome back. Yes, this pendant will work perfectly. It holds the feeling of true family within the steel now. A love that cannot be severed even by death. Perhaps you should present the gift. Okay, sure, Thackeray. Big pussy.
You think ArenaNet will be at E3 to present anything?
I don't know. When the game came out originally, for about 3 months, I read the forums every day, made a number of posts, and when they said they weren't working on guild halls, I gave up on reading the forums.
Honestly, I've been trying not to spoil myself by looking at the leaks of the next expansion or whatever, supposedly. So whenever I see someone talk about leaks and stuff on YouTube, I just don't bother looking at it because I don't want to spoil myself.
Come on, Thackeray. Oh, we know his name's Karen now. Yay. Oh, why do they make me go out of this fucking place over and over again? Alright. We made Gwen happy. Yay. It's a silly little quest, but it's nice. Alright, so what's the next step?
Next step is for me to make Twilight.
I meant in the war in Kryta, damn it.
No, but seriously, I'm just about to make it.
Anything you can do deeper? No. No. Fuck, I want to do this. Does Gwyn have any TNT?
How can I help?
Oh. Let's watch them flirt. Why would you want a tea that gives you hay fever? So I need red iris flowers, that's for damn sure. What else? Okay, so we know where to get red iris flowers. Do I actually get a quest? Give me a fucking quest.
How can I help?
Alright, let's go get us sell some red iris flowers, that's for sure. And we'll talk to Thackeray outside as well, see if maybe he has an actual quest for us. Guilds of Tyria, it's G&G bonus week.
What you want to see in the next expansion?
Cantha.
Har har har.
That is always always what I want. I want Cantha. Or
Not till
Loner.
next year.
Or the
Not till next year.
Plenty of iris flowers. Or one iris flower.
What do you think it's going to take for ArenaNet to get some casual players back to the game?
I don't know. I think they've done a fair amount. It's just a question of them actually logging in. It's just like I can tell you, having gone through it over the last 2 weeks, the learning curve coming back, not knowing. Let's see if there's more red hours, flowers. Not knowing like what to do, where to start, is very frustrating.
I think they need to give us like new dungeons or do a dungeon overhaul, because every time I do like an LFG for dungeons, every dungeon is like dead. There's like nobody looking for a dungeon.
It's a question of whether or not you want the rewards, but for me, the casual player needs, a goal, something to strive for, but also has to understand the basic mechanics. It's very hard to understand the basic mechanics when you've been out of the game for a year. And I don't think they want their old fan base back. I think they want new fans. They want new people coming in, attract new players.
I mean, well, that's good mathematical, but they still kind of need to get players to come back and not just, oh, I log in, do dailies, and then I'm off the game. It's like it's what?
Yeah, I hear you. Oh man, I don't know where to go.
What's your quest log say?
There is no quest log because it's one of those, it's the War in Kryta.
You don't have a green arrow on your map?
Nope, not for that quest, because there's no quest. Oh, there we go. You have to leave and come back and leave and come back and leave and come back a bunch of times out of the north.
How can I help?
There we go. She's finally giving me a quest.
I mean, because lately that's what I've been finding myself doing.
You mean just logging in and logging back out?
Yeah, it's just like I do my dailies, I just gather in my home instance, and then it's just like,
Get away from more content.
Yep, it's like the 3-month content drought. It's like you kill the freaking lemon story in a matter of less than an hour if you're good at that, and then you're just out for 3 months.
I talk about it a lot. I talk a lot about Star Trek Online. Every time somebody talks about the economy in the game and how it's broken, or they tell me about another limitation. Like yesterday I was gathering Bloodstone Dust because I needed a bunch of Bloodstone Dust in order to make Ascended Weaponry. And I realized that the Bloodstone, ingots or whatever that were scattered around the map, the nodes that I was gathering from were disappearing. And I was getting upset. I was getting really annoyed. Speak to get on the Escal Vanguard Herald. I thought I did. I refer to that game because for me the idea is you don't stop people from farming. What they're doing is like, I can't get more Bloodstone Dust. I can't. I'm just stuck. You get them in bags, you get them as rewards here and there, but if you harvest more than X amount of rubies, the nodes just disappear and you can't get them. Like that's just wrong.
Yeah, they nerfed Bloodstone Fen, the shard, whatever you call them, farm.
So what Star Trek Online did is they went, okay, you can gather as much dilithium as you want, but you can only refine 8,000 per day. So what some people would do is they'd farm as much dilithium as they could over the weekend, raw dilithium, and then log in every day, get a little bit more, and refine what they had. But incentivize them to, when they did farm longer. And there were no login rewards, but your login, your incentive to log in was to refine your dilithium. But there's another part that really bugs me about crafting in Guild Wars 2 is it doesn't make any sense when you look at the numbers. It's like, okay, I am crafting a small piece of armor. This small piece of armor will require 400 bolts of silk. It's like, excuse me? Why? Do you know how big a bolt is? It's between it's between 3 and 8 feet tall by 40 to 100 yards long per bolt. What am I making that requires 400 bolts of silk? And that's just one ingredient.
Well, it sucks that Bloodstone Dust is account bound and not tradable.
You know what? Limitations like that aren't necessarily an issue, and I understand that they want players to play their content, and in doing so, they forced me into Bloodstone Fen. They forced me to kill champions because those are the things that give me that item. Sure, whatever. It's account bound, blah blah blah. But if I want to gather it on many characters, why can't I? If I want to farm that content, why won't you let me? Why do you put a limit on the nodes? You know, if I only have 2 days a week to play, why can't I spend those 2 days just farming the crap out of that so I have as much of that ingredients as I can, then log in every other day to craft the things that can only be made once a day?
It's like the thing with the Auric Bison.
Oh?
Yeah, that map.
Auric Basin, yeah.
Yeah, basically where you could farm multiple maps or whatever, and ArenaNet nerfed that because they said supposedly it wasn't intentional or whatever, and it supposedly was hurting the economy.
People over farming hurting the economy to me doesn't make sense. It's like basic capitalism. Yeah, I put more stuff into the system, price go down.
And it was like in the game for like almost 2 years, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, oh, we're gonna put the ban hammer on because we're 2 years late.
No, making adjustments. I accept them making adjustments to the economy if it needs to be made. My annoyance is that for something like Bloodstone Dust, let me harvest as much as I want. Limit how much I can refine. So if I need bricks, if I only have 2 days where I have enough time to farm, give me those 2 days. Let me farm as much as I want. And then say, okay, but you can only refine 2 bricks a day.
Well, there are some crafting things that do take like 8 to like 18 hours.
That's fine. I don't mind that, like a time gate. If all I have to do is log in for 5 minutes a day to trigger something, that's fine. But if I have a limited time to farm, I want to maximize that time. You shouldn't tell me that I've reached my limit for the day. That shouldn't be a thing. But that's my opinion.
I could see that they want to like do it for like the hardcore people who are are time gated or whatever.
But the thing is with Bloodstone Dust is it's account bound anyway. Like, it's not like my farm can affect the economy. Me, spending 2 days gathering 2,000 Bloodstone Dust doesn't affect the economy. And if you limit how many bricks I can make per day, well then I can't, flood the market with a whole bunch of crafted materials. Crafted finished products that I make out of the Bloodstone items. The blood dust, sorry. Bloodstone dust. No, I haven't been following the leaks. And I'm only going to watch as much as probably whatever Flail puts up on his channel about what the announcement was. Since he's already said he's pretty much refused to spoil anything, I expect him to give me a nice rounded opinion about what was said. And if I want to know more, then I'll dig, but I don't want to run the risk of ruining the series. I watched, no spoilers, but I watched Arrival today, and I guessed the ending. Like, I guessed what was happening, what was going on, fairly early in the movie. But I kept my mouth shut while my wife figured it out. And then when it became obvious that, you know, the end, not the ending, but the twist of the movie was coming up in the next 5 minutes, I started to hint at it. You know, those kinds of movies are good, and it's good to have a twist. You don't want it spoiled for you. Sometimes they're lame twists, like, oh my god, Vizier Kilbron is actually the Undead Lich, oh my god. Lame twist.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that in Gillis 2 they actually put something named after him in the game and put him in a cameo in the storyline.
What are you talking about?
At the end of the story, when you're in the Gwyneth Temple or whatever, and you find out Visor Kelbron found the scroll or whatever that supposedly would defeat the Chara, but at the cost of Arabian sunk.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he obviously found the scroll because Abaddon supposedly corrupted him, and that's how he became the Undead Lich, because Abaddon corrupted him.
Mm-hmm. The story of Ara, the story of Or, the Vizier Kilbron, all of that, I think, is actually a really good story. It's got its flaws. It's got, like, the way it was executed in Prophecy's meh. The overall story is really fascinating. What I find annoying is the actual personal story does a very bad job of conveying the overarching story.
It's because the two stories were linked, because if Gil was one player, we just know that, Visor Calbron was from Ara, but we don't know what happened to Ara, where in Gil was 2, and the personal story, you're like, oh, so he got corrupted by Abaddon, found the scroll, and he's the reason why Ara sunk, so...
No, what I mean is the personal story of the broad strokes are more interesting than the details. That's kind of what I'm getting at. This goes back to my whole shtick about the story Lex. The story of Lex, is, and I posted the intro to the show in one of the previous episodes. But the person who wrote the overarching premise for the show, which sounds fascinating, sounds really good, sounds like amazing sci-fi, and the people who wrote the actual show seems to have been disconnected. And it's the same thing, like the story of Ara, like the overarching story of Ara and of Or and Vizier Kilbron and Abaddon are really fascinating. But what's really boring is playing through the story campaign. Because you're just a small part of it. You're just the pact and the whole Traherne running the show kind of a deal. if there wasn't any Sylvari yet, if there wasn't, if it was just, you know, humans, the Norn, maybe the Azura, I think, and if if they weren't trying to introduce the Priory, the Vigil, and the Whispers all at the same time, it might have been a lot better. What am I supposed to be doing here? Defeat the Char Flame Keepers. Huh. I think they were introducing too much to the story at once, and it made the personal story kind of meh. Especially the start of the game where they're like, you have a dead sister, or you wanted to join the Thurketh. Alright, I brought the wrong Ellie for this. I'm trying to see the thing that's going to kick my ass.
I think your quest updated.
It did. Which is basically go deeper in. Oh shit. These are it. These burning spirits.
Yeah, watch out for the boss one. That guy's real nasty.
He is. I don't think he's in this one because of the active quest though.
He could be. He just circles around.
Yeah, he could be. I think he's deactivated for this quest. Because he usually travels with these guys. Alright, Susuke's dead, but that's okay. Elias and Livia are dead, but still, it's not too bad. Okay. Let's let everybody heal up. Burning spirit, burning spirit, burning spirit. See, there's just 3 burning spirits. That's okay. I don't see a named one in there. I just want to make sure I have an exit strategy. Ah, shit. Right into the burning spirits. But yeah, when I was playing through Heart of Thorns, I had the same feeling that the overarching story was really interesting, but that the details were lost. Like the whole.
Yeah, I didn't like the end
whole,
fight at all.
I didn't mind the end fight, but again, Mike, said you should really watch Flail's review of the story after you finish the campaign, which is what I did. And yeah, I agreed with Flail on most details with regards to what's problematic about it and what's. You have all this potential. You have a great overarching storyline written, but then the execution's poor, so it feels like wasted potential.
I feel like it was rushed.
Yeah. Like you get to, and Mike pointed this out, you get to Radanovis, and then all of a sudden it's, okay, go fight Mortimer. It's like, what? It was a slow ramp up to get to Radanovis, and then all of a sudden it's, okay, you're done. So that's not right. There's more here, and we need to unpack what's going on. Defeat the Flameborn.
Oh shit! Look at all those spirits.
Mm-hmm. Well, here you're almost guaranteed to die. It's just a question of after you die, you know, coming back into the fight. Because you can't clear all the enemies out before they spawn, and then once they spawn, you're gonna be outnumbered. That's one of the reasons I wanted to clear most of the area, so I could just walk back in and it not be a big deal. Why did Gwen just take so much damage? No, see now the enemy's all spread out. Wow, I died quick. There we go, they killed him. Oh, these goddamn burning spirits.
Oh, there he is.
Alright, what's the updated quest? Destroy the Char forces to prevent the ritual from being completed. You have 3 groups remaining. Okay.
I think you have to kill that Efi thing.
The effigy? Yeah.
Good thing for your clovers too.
Hmm. Yeah, I brought the wrong heroes for this. If I had remembered what quest this was, I would have brought something else entirely. A lot more water magic. Alright, effigy's down. That's one group gone. Alright, let's go kill these guys over here, and then we'll wrap around. Alright, burning spirits behind us. Clumsiness seems to be working. Ah, Blisterbark is here.
Yep, I knew it.
Now he's here. I think he spawned with all the others.
I think he just has a long path to take, so he takes a while.
Oh, but we would have seen him. We've been in this area long enough. Alright. Somebody fucking res me. Somebody heal me here.
Do you want to res or do you want to heal?
Wanted to heal. Alright. Let's let my guys get some energy back.
One thing I didn't like about the Guild Wars 1 mechanics for monks is that they would waste energy and healing spells on those stupid minions. It's like, just let the minions die.
Hmm. I think that's why in Guild Wars 2 they opted for the kind of solo group mentality rather than heroes and henchmen. Like, let's make everything so that you can do it by yourself, with the exception of, you know, raids and dungeons. So you don't have to rely on heroes. Fuck this place, lol. Make sure you flag your heroes away. Yeah, you could do it that way too. But at this point, I just want to kill this last group char and then we'll get out of here. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this forest.
That area sucks for vanquishing.
Oh yeah. Not only that, to get here, you have to vanquish the other zone or run through the other zone, killing a whole bunch of stuff.
I always made sure that that burning forest was like dead last.
Yeah, this is normal mode, so it's not that bad. It's just that it's a quest, so we had to kill a few heroes. A few bosses. Alright, can I leave now? No, I have to go to Grothmar War Downs. Let's walk all the way back. Yeah, I don't know if it's Searing Flames that he does. I think it is, but it's such a pain.
I think you can warp to Lanai's ledge.
It's because I don't know where in Grothmar War Downs they want us to go, so I may as well just walk and go through the zone. Because I haven't really done that. As you can tell from the map. Get back here, Grawl. Where the fuck do you think you're going? Probably one of the things I like the most about Guild Wars 2 are the enemies that were in Guild Wars 1 that they've continued on into Guild Wars 2.
Do you think it was a good idea for them to do away with the tank mechanic?
So that's a tough one for me because that's what I usually play. Right? It's what I played in Star Trek Online, it's what I played in Guild Wars 1, that's what I played in... It's what I started to play in Guild Wars 2, because I used to be a toughness... power, toughness, vitality guardian when the game came out. Which quickly became... not the meta. To put it bluntly. It's like, yeah, if you want to be a tank, don't be a guardian. It's like, what? Why? What were the game designers thinking? Alright, heavy armor, lots of protection. He's a bit of a healer at the same time. You know, and he's wearing heavy armor. but really his mechanics are really good for DPSing. Makes no sense. And I agree with Flail. Calling my elite speciality Dragon Hunter with no reason for it whatsoever. Just, yep, you're a Dragon Hunter now.
It's like a rip-off of a ranger.
Yeah, here's a bow. Enjoy.
Enjoy being a ranger 2.0.
If there was something, if they had written it in somehow, then maybe it'd be more acceptable. Maybe you'd be like, yeah, okay, I can see this, I can see that. That makes sense. No, it's just no reason. Like, I joined the Priory because of the story behind the Priory. I thought the choice would matter, it didn't. But I joined the Priory thinking, I like the idea of researching. I like the idea of science in this game. I like history. I like art. I think this would make the most sense for me as an area, as a faction to join. That's why I joined the Priory. Now, if for my elite specialization, if you said, I was joining a group of elite dragon hunters, and we've discovered that the best way of killing them is at range. If there were a lot of baby dragons in the game, and those are the things that they hunt, and that's why they've been known as dragon hunters. Imagine there was an area of the map that's just full of, not baby dragons, but things that are like baby dragons. I don't want to say Auric Basin in the jungle and all that, but you see what I mean? I did Order of Whispers because the story quests were unique, like drinking your enemy under the table and pitting groups against each other and watching. Witch Hunter. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember who it was at the last. I think it was Flail. Mike was telling me that he was originally going to go Priory and at the last minute went Whispers. Mike went to Vigil because he started with a warrior, if memory serves, a warrior Norn. And so yeah, so we just that's kind of the way we played it. All three of us played different. But the thing is with the Order of Whispers is that at least it was in Guild Wars 1. There was a connection there. The Vigil, not really. Same with man, I've started this huge fight of Saknor Downs. Saknor Valley. Like, what am I thinking? But we all had different reasons for joining, the faction we did, which is great. And the elite specialization should have a similar feel. There should be a reason to be proud of your elite specialization. It shouldn't just be the only thing you can do is that elite specialization, and there's no group of NPCs in the game that you can go talk to with specialist equipment for you. They're like, yeah, so this is the armor we wear. This is like our philosophy. It's just like, no. So yeah, so modified your class and now you're DPS. It's like, okay. Do I have a choice about this? Well, you could choose not to play the elite specialization, but that would be silly. Who's Tybalt?
He's like one of those characters from your order or whatever. When you do the battle for Claw Island, if you do Whispers, you get Tybalt, you get Ciri from Vigil or whatever. No, Priory. You get like some Norn dude from the Vigil.
It's gonna be interesting replaying through the story of Guild Wars 2 on my thief, because she's the only female character I have. Everybody else is male. I'm debating whether or not to give her a makeover. I have a total makeover kit left over that I got in a chest a long time ago that I haven't used. If I'm going to be seeing her in all those stupid cutscenes.
I always go with like a theme for like the total makeover kits.
What do you mean by a theme?
Oh, they had this backpack that was like green or whatever at the time, so I went with like a green theme. So I like dyed my armor black and green. Before that, it was like gold wings, so I made my armor, like a knight. So I did like white and green, gold armor.
My big thing with armor, for the most part, is to make the armor look realistic. Is to make the armor look like it would in real life. That's usually kind of my go-to. I'm a big fan of the knight in shining armor look. I'm a big fan of. It's too bad that they made Logan Thackeray such a pivotal character in the story.
Oh, that guy's a bitch.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is that the armor that I liked the most in the game, that looked the most like the Elite Templar armor of Guild War 1, is the Tier 3 human armor, and Logan wears it. And so whenever I wear it, people are like, oh, you look like Logan. I'm like, oh, fuck, that sucks. Ruined my armor for me.
I can't believe they made him turn out to be like a bitch.
And now I wear my, what do you call it? Yeah, I had to go. It's right there, across the entire goddamn map. I couldn't see it because of the word ledge.
This whole time you could have walked.
Mm-hmm. Hindsight, man. Hindsight. Let my heroes deal with that. I'm gonna go and talk to whoever it is I'm supposed to talk to. Hey, it's Captain Langmar.
Are you still here?
Man.
Thanks for the rose focus.
What news? Who goes there?
Okay.
I'm afraid I'm busy. Who goes there?
2 quests? For 10 minutes your party gains... Oh, they're gonna give us a scroll if we do that. Investigate the disappearance of Anton. Oh yeah, this is the quest where we get Anton, isn't it? Or start to get the quest for Anton. Are both in fucking... Okay, so that one we can do. Let's do this one first. And then we'll end the stream then. The idea of Logan is weak. That he is looking out for Kryta when his ancestors were Ascalonian. I don't know. I don't have a problem with that. One of the things I need to do is really immerse myself back into the story of Guild Wars 2, because there's a lot of nuances here and there that I'm not picking up because I stopped playing so long ago. as Mike often rightly points out, it's my own damn fault for the way I play the game, but that is how I play the game.
Surprised you're even playing later than usual.
Well, I mean, I used to do the 3-hour streams, remember? When we started, because I thought this game would take me so much longer. I was like, oh man, it's gonna take me 6 months to play this game 4 or 3 hours a day. And then very quickly realized, oh my god, this game's a lot shorter than I thought it was. I don't know if I just didn't have the patience before. I don't know if it's that my concept of time has been so warped.
Hopefully, with the next expansion, hopefully it'll be like a story that blows our minds.
You know what? It doesn't have to be a story that blows your mind. It just has to be well executed. It's all in the details, and you know the overarching story could be meh, but if it compels you in the way that it's told, then it could be amazing.
I mean, I was fine with Flashpoint. I just didn't like how they did it 180 at the end. Well, at the beginning, actually. Sorry.
They were just you can
Poorly executed.
Yeah, you can do a lot with a story, and this is something I've spoken to Mike at length about. It is something that Flail clearly has a decent understanding of, although he doesn't explain it in these words. And it's you can do pretty much anything you want as long as you're internally consistent. This was a Tolkien's idea. He wrote a whole book about it called Tree and Leaf, or Leaf and Tree. What's it called? Something to that effect. And his whole thing was, it doesn't matter where the story comes from or what the myth is. What matters is if you create a secondary universe that's interesting. Let's focus on the mage here, on that monk. If you make a story and you make an entire secondary universe, in this case the world of Tyria, if everything sticks within the logic that you've created, for example, magic and the gods, the human gods, all the other sentient species, it's like, okay, all this is fine as long as it's internally consistent. But then how do you study magic for years and years and years and years, centuries even, but nobody knows about ley lines? And then all of a sudden somebody just comes around and goes, yeah, ley lines, that's totally a thing. What? No. You needed to fucking bring this shit in earlier or found another better explanation.
Oh, but he had about waypoints. It's like they need to elaborate on how waypoints work.
Yeah. This is really important for us to do. Why? Because waypoints. We'll lose all our waypoints. Yeah, how do waypoints work? You've explained how gates work, kind of. But are waypoints an actual thing?
It's like, does it turn your body into like magic and it just like sucks you up and just ports you out of wherever you want to go because your body's made out of magic or something? It's like, and how the hell are you paying a waypoint? It's like, what's it going to do with like silver and stuff? Like, it's not going to walk into a shop.
Yeah, I don't know. I always just thought waypoints were just waypoints, and I didn't think we needed a fourth wall to be made part of the scenery. You know, I was okay with that fourth wall. I was okay with the artificialness of a waypoint. It's just something you need to save people time. There was no reason to attempt to actually put it into the storyline. Anyways, we'll stop the speculating. That's where we're going to stop for today. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all next time.